This is the worst!
Hello and welcome to the Loose Butthole Reviews. I am your host, Smokey, and joining with me as always is my co-host, Booge.
Hello.
Oh, and before we get into the review proper, I always gotta give our 3 rules. Our first rule is, rating must be a 5 out of 5, 1 being we hate it, 5 being we love it. Rule number 2 is if we want our money back, we give it a gold old Jeff Goldblum rating. And rule number 3 is if we decide, if we all agree that's doing the review, we will give it a 6 out of 5, a God tier. Oh, and today we are reviewing the anime series Deadman Wonderland, including its OVA. And it's Jeff Goldblum across the board.
What a bunch of fucking shit.
Oh.
Jeff Goldblum. What does Jeff Goldblum want?
I want my money back.
Mm-hmm.
And I want angels to give it to me. And pixies to count it out for me, and a gnome or a hobbit or an elf to sleep at the foot of my bed, and I just want them all over my backyard. But no matter what happens with any of that, I do want my money back.
And we're back from the fuck it. We should be back by now. Oh, it's definitely a Jeff Goldblum.
Oh yeah.
I did not remember because I watched this a while back ago. It was back in 2015 because I remember distinctly like having nothing to watch when I was living at this share house situation going. I was renting a room in a house for like $125. This has no context. I just want to give a little context. It like $125 a month with a bunch of random strangers also doing the same thing. And I just watched this and I remember liking it and I remember enjoying it the first time I watched it. But I remember something happened that took me away from watching it. But it wasn't like... I don't remember it ever being like the show itself. I just remember something happened. I think Netflix took it off. I think that's what happened. It was on Netflix, and it just randomly, I couldn't finish it. I remember there being 13 episodes, but there's only 12 episodes. And I distinctly remember getting up to like episode 10 and being super upset I didn't finish it, but I'm kind of glad I didn't now.
Unless like maybe Netflix just like put the OVA as 13 on their thing.
That's probably what they did. Because they loved doing that shit. Netflix does not put the correct order. Sometimes they'll have like 18 seasons and it's just like an episode a piece. It's like, no, that's not how that series did that.
But yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to assume it was because I was drinking a lot in 2015. I'm going to assume that's why I enjoyed this.
I could see this is just funny. It's like a basic anime thing, especially if it's just putting that on the background, not paying attention to it, I guess.
I mean, if you want an edgy anime, this is something to give a look at, that to know what you're really going for if you're trying to find edgy anime, because that's all this anime was just like each episode.
But it was like edginess, but it still didn't have the balls to actually like go that far too. It was like
it didn't. It really just kept to the basic stuff to the point where it's like there's a lot more edgier anime. Like Fire Force has done edgier scenarios, and it's a lot more effective.
Yeah.
Then this is just like what
But they don't like leave as much of a bad taste as this one does.
Oh no, for sure. This is just awful. The pacing is terrible. That it's pacing's non-existent. It's basically one episode isn't. It's each episode it's its own individual arc, basically, and it kind of swims off into like they kind of go try to put each together. It just doesn't happen. It never happens.
Yeah. It was very basic too in the same way. It was just kind of the I mean the what can we even really say about like the main character? It's
To be
fucking
honest,
Gonto.
like out of Gonta, it's Gonta, but
Gonta?
yeah, it's Gonta, but
Okay.
Gonta fucking ooh, something's wrong with your audio, by the way.
Oh no. I don't know how to change it.
But yeah, fucking Gonta fucking is
Just turn it off.
it seems like okay that's like it's hard to explain because he is the main character, but he doesn't have any traits of an anime main character.
I mean, yeah, he does. He's got like, I gotta save my friends. Oh, I gotta give my life to my friends, like all the time. And he's like, oh, I'm crying.
I mean,
all
that's
the time.
pretty. That's just like
That's a trope.
I
main character trope.
I would say that that's just more of a character trope. Like that's just something like I'm saying he's like out of all the main characters in any of the animes, he's like so two-dimensional that it's hard to even. It's like the fucking Shinra. I can't remember her name now. Everything slowly but surely as time is progressing away from us watching this, it's slipping from my mind because it's so nothing. Like the only episode I enjoyed was the obstacle course episode, and that was like episode 2 or 3.
Yeah.
And that was the only one I enjoyed, and that's because it was the only one they didn't let loose, but they kind of let the anime just be what the anime should have been.
Yeah.
And the blood powers wasn't necessary.
No.
The intro, the shock factor of how Gonta even gets into the prison, that whole scenario is not fucking necessary. You could literally just
funny.
It's hilarious, but you could just like have a dead body appear in his apartment somehow, and that would have done the same.
I think that would have worked, especially if it was like played up more as a bomb, you know.
Maybe it would have worked, but they didn't play it up as a bomb. They played it up like he could do that, like that was his blood ability, which that's not the case.
Yeah.
It's obviously, and they don't address it, but she obviously is the red man, but she never uses her blood abilities or anything like that.
Yeah. I guess because it'd probably reveal it.
I guess so, but they definitely got canceled. They were supposed to get a couple of more episodes, but they just couldn't, because they were trying to do the whole manga within like 12 episodes apparently, and you just could not. There was so much more to the manga apparently, even though this is all the manga pertain. Like you don't. I done looked up. We don't learn who the red man is in the manga.
So we can assume who it is.
Yeah, you gotta just assume. It basically ends with them sitting on that fucking structure and her singing. That's basically how the manga ends too. So it's like they didn't do the manga justice, but it's like this is one where the manga probably wasn't
wasn't
helping.
possible to.
Yeah, it just wasn't going to, like, especially if you're trying to do the whole manga within a set episode. That's the one problem with anime, is that they try to do a whole story that's like usually just a random, like, oh, you get 14 volumes of this manga, and it's like 56 chapters, and it's you basically need 56 episodes to do that anime, but they
Yeah.
always want to try to do it within 51, and that's so fucking annoying because they got so much shit's actually got to be cut from the manga and the anime that sometimes it's like Soul Eater, where it's like we're actually missing a good chunk of the lore. Just watching the anime, like all the lore that's missing isn't necessary for us to understand what's going on in the anime and to understand how the power works and stuff. But it's just like a lot of world building's missing, and this is missing that. Oh, the OVA that's a waste of fucking time. Don't even like
I guess
start with
unless
the
you
OVA.
already watched this and you like that character, if you like the character of the edgy fucking psych man,
The Crow. He was the Crow. Oh, I mean, besides the monk, he was my second favorite character. The monk was my favorite. Like, unfortunately, I know I'm not supposed to like the monk, but the monk was my favorite character, and I wish he won.
Yeah.
That's how they should have just ended it, with like, oh, him going crazy and killing everybody and destroying Deadman Wonderland.
Yeah,
Like, oh, that's why they're called the Undertakers. It's because they're the ones that do it. But nope. But yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta fucking say. It's pretty garbage. None of all the characters that die should have died. They weren't savable. Many of the characters that should have died didn't die, and they just like.
I really just want to fucking count it today.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, oh,
he's definitely the worst character. Except actually, technically, the character who entertained me the most, but I would say probably technically is the worst character, is that crazy girl.
Oh yeah, for
The
sure.
sister.
She's the
Holy
sister.
shit.
She's the
Everything
worst.
she says is fucking.
I like
cringe
how
gold.
fucking. Yeah, it's like they wanted to try to make her. To be honest, that she is Isabel Loretta Jank. That's basically who the fuck she is. Like she's just like a living embodiment of the 4chan battle stations. It's like she even admits it too. She's like, I'm guilty and everything, and Gonta tries to fucking.
No,
you're
no
not
one's guilty of anything.
It's like, what the fuck?
Like, dude.
You can't sit. Someone is basically going, "Hey, this is how I feel," and you're going, "No, you don't. Nah, that's not how you feel."
Literally, if you turned your back in a room with a head scissors, I would stab you in the back of the head. I can't help it. No.
No, you wouldn't. Watch. Let me turn around. Get stabbed in the back of the head. Oh no!
You didn't mean to do that though.
That wasn't you.
That wasn't you. It's not the real you.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate that fucking trope. Yeah, we had to see that. How many times have we? I feel like we've seen that a couple times in this very show.
Every episode, he got the shit beat out of him, and he was trying to go, "Oh, this isn't you." It was every episode.
He guilt people into being his friend.
And they wouldn't even be his friend. They would just like end up using him in the end.
Yeah.
And what's really awful is when they used him when they ended up using him, that was the element that got all their plans put to shit. If they never used him whatsoever, they would have got out. They would have escaped. They would have been free. They would have might have got blown up by that flash drive.
Mm-hmm.
But some of them would have gotten out. Some of them would have gotten fucking free. But
It's
the
true.
second that flash drive gets blown up, everybody gets back in this prison cells. It's like, oh, that's it. Wrap it up, guys.
Wrap it up.
Oh man, this.
This was a shite. I want my time back.
I want my
Definitely.
time. I definitely want money. I want money for watching this.
Oh, I would have. What's the thing we would have rather watched than this?
Anything. Any fucking thing. I would have watched any fucking thing.
No, yeah, you know what? I would rather a whole new season of She-Hulk than this.
Yeah. Yeah,
I would get more entertainment out of it. It'd be funny.
I would get more entertainment out of watching another season of fucking Velma.
I don't know about that.
Trust me, I would, because at least with Velma, it's a hate. It's a different kind of hate. With this, I don't really hate it. It's just like, this doesn't need... Both Velma and this both doesn't need to exist, but Velma doesn't need to fucking exist, and this just doesn't need to fucking exist.
Yeah, this is more forgettable for sure.
Oh yeah, and Velma, that's ingrained and seared into my mind. So if I can get more hate out of Velma, then so be it.
Just the brutal violation of the Scooby IP. And it's like, that's kind of hard to do because like there's so much like actual shit in the Scooby Doo IP, but
dude,
somehow you fucking showed us a whole different level.
Yeah, they literally made all the garbage Scooby Doo good, and I don't know how that was possible, but they did it. They managed to do it.
And that's how bad Deadman Wonderland is. There's nothing to talk about it, so we literally start talking about Velma instead now.
Yep, because fucking... I got more entertainment out of Velma.
Yeah, you know what? Velma had more balls, I guess, technically, with just being like releasing something with just like in spite of its audience.
Yeah, it was out of complete and utter spite, and not only out of utter spite, but even the edginess went further than this one did.
Yeah.
At least, and that's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, they just kind of had like a weird, creepy, like rapey thing. Except it was like its only thing was to like show her like her kind of like clad and
they showed that one chick getting her pants sort of removed.
Yeah, she was the not underaged ones. They didn't want to go too far with the other one, I guess.
But they still announced it, which is like, oh, that's such a nothing scene. They could have just showed them getting the shit kicked out of them, and Gonta could have done the same amount of rage. That doesn't make sense that they had to push it, but that's because they tried to be edgy and they still fucked it up.
Yeah, it wasn't even like that far of a scene, but just like how just like distasteful it was. It was just like, I don't know if this is supposed to be like tension or if this is like you're doing this because like you're horny, which is.
I think it was both. I think it was both. I think that the creator was trying to slip something in and it just was not working. It just not work. It didn't work. So even he was like, man, God dang it. Something happened. You know what happened? He was writing this manga, and while he was writing that scene, he got too worked up, so he had to go bust one. And when he came back to finish it, he was like,
probably should.
Hey, I kind of fucked up. Let me fix this. Yeah, that's... We did enough. 18 minutes. I say good. Do you have anything else to add to this atrocious shit? The Mockingbird was unnecessary character.
Oh yeah, yeah. They've been trying to set up that person as the most basic type of edgy person. Just like, I like the taste of blood. I'm androgynous. Look how evil I am.
Apparently, he has my kind of superpower where you just take somebody's body part and I instantly have that superpower. I don't even know where he got the crow's hand from though, but he had the crow's fucking hand all of a sudden.
Oh yeah, and maybe I guess maybe it was from that fight. He ripped it off, I guess.
Maybe I don't fucking remember.
Don't remember. Don't fucking care.
I ain't never watching this shit ever again. That is for sure.
Oh,
The only if I'm watching this again, it's because the person that chose to watch this is giving me fellatio while we're watching it. That would be the only reason that I accept watching this. Just have it. Just be in the background noise. That just be if it's something we need to be on the background, that's fine. But that's terrible. This is terrible.
I'd rather just put on music.
Definitely only one. Definitely. Well, I mean, sometimes people are weird. If I'm with somebody that's like, I just like having like a TV show on, and for some reason it's always Deadman Wonderland.
It has to be Deadman Wonderland. It's the only way I can blow.
Hey man, I've had some weird experiences, so. But yeah, that's like the only fucking way I'd watch this again.
Oh yeah, and while I'm blowing you, you have to call me contact.
Oh man. Alright, so I think we've done enough.
Mm-hmm.
If you've been listening to us ramble this long, thank you so much. Please like, comment on the video and share it around. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Follow the Odyssey channel if you're on Odyssey. Do you have a sign-off, Spooge?
Oh, if there's any animes you want us to check out that are good, that maybe you haven't heard us even kind of like talk about a lot, maybe something hidden gem. If it's on Crunchyroll, on Hulu, or HBO Max, let us know. We'll watch it.
Yep, and this is a hell of a start to season 2 of the Loose Ball Reviews.
Yes.
We've been doing this for 2 years now, dude. For 2 whole fucking years. 65 subscribers. Not bad.
Not bad.
Alright, this is gonna be bye-bye.
Bye-bye.